Welcome back to this week's Kram. I'm Michaela Bennett.
And I'm Kyra Bass.
We're almost through January, Rams. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. is our theater department's production of Ramantics.
The theme this year is horror. Let's take a look at how the Fright Night event is going.
Filled with funny hallmarks, singing, and dancing, Ramantics is a student-directed performance that happens every year. Seniors or student directors are in charge of creating the scripts and leading their peers to make the variety show a success.
Ramantics is a student-created variety show that's basically made up of songs, skits, and dance numbers that students create. And then we put them on its feet, and then we present it to an audience.
So we have the student directors who are all seniors who kind of run the whole thing. They picked out most of the skits, do the placement of the songs in the show, and kind of just run the whole thing as a whole. It's a little bit collaborative, but it's mainly just the senior directors.
The student directors and I pick a theme, and then based on that theme, we've picked some musical numbers and some skits and things like that that go with the theme. And so there are some things that all of the cast is involved in, and then some things that, smaller groups are involved in.
Usually the whole show would be written by the directors. This year is a little bit different. We have a script that's kind of working as our framework, but we have full creative liberty with how we want the scenes to work out. And we also some of the directors wrote their own skits for the show as well.
The directors have many jobs when preparing for the performance. All students participating in the show have big roles as well.
They have to come up with what costumes are they going to be wearing, and what props do they need, and what sound effects do they need. So they're just kind of the leaders of that.
My role in theater itself is costume designer, costume person, whatever. And so I'll be costuming people or things that we need for the show.
I'm one of the directors, which means that I make creative decisions on my scenes that I work on, what I want the actors to do, how they act, as well as blocking and lighting and things like that.
I'm in a couple of hallmarks. I'm in the intro and outro, and then also I'm in another skit, and then we're all in a bunch of songs.
We are part of the group that corrals students into what the skits are supposed to be in our minds. It's basically just telling the students what to do.
The students and Ms. Robbins also provided some additional information about the show and shared their final thoughts.
So the theme this year is horror. So a lot of the skits this time around would be themed around the tropes of horror movies. We have this one-act play that we cut up into sections called The Hallmarks of Horror that we space in between skits that students pitched us, skits that we made, and dance numbers and songs.
So we're calling our show Fright Night. So we have some different songs that are our light-hearted look at horror. They're not super scary or anything. And along with some dialogue about what does horror entail. Kind of a scary movie kind of a feel to it.
It's a satire of horror tropes. And so I think it's going to be really funny.
It's been really fun, especially to work with all the upperclassmen who have done it before. It's a really good experience, and especially for freshmen, it's a really good way for them to start getting involved in theater and to get involved in other clubs as well. And Ramantics is for everyone, not just for theater kids, but it's a really good way for freshmen to get involved.
Make sure to check out Ramantics today, Friday, and Saturday after school at 7 Rams. This has been Malaysia Schaefer reporting for Kram.
Yeah, what's this? I can't believe my eyes, I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack, this isn't fair. What's this?
We can't wait to see you at the show, Rams. Tickets are $8 at the door, $7 if you buy them early.
In sports news, boys basketball is in full swing.
Coach Robert Brown has been the varsity assistant coach for years, but has recently stepped up to be the head coach.
The team is rallying around him as they get closer to postseason play.
The basketball 2022-2023 season is in full swing. Karen decided to ask how this season has been going so far.
The season's been a challenge so far. I think it's a challenge we all knew was coming though. It's not caught anybody off guard, but it's definitely one where there's some adversity, but something I kind of always relate to those guys is adversity is a chance to kind of see who we actually are.
It's been rough a little bit. We've been struggling to kind of finding a group that clicks, but as we go on, I think we've been getting better.
We've had a lot of struggles, but we also have had a lot of good times and good games against some tough teams.
We're growing, we're trending upwards, and that's all we can ask.
This season, the team has experienced large changes in coaching, one of which is Coach Tubbs, who has been working in coaching for over 20 years. Though he's worked at this level before, this is his first season at Rampart as varsity assistant head coach.
It is a lot more responsibility, and I enjoy that.
Coach Tubbs helps the team. He brings a lot of insight on like how to run different offenses and different defenses, like different schemes we can run, and that's really helped us this year.
He's awesome. He's really intense. I had him when I was a freshman, and he just makes sure we're always like doing our part on the team.
He's hilarious. He's a great inspiration to the team. He always picks people up whenever they're down. He always makes sure to get on you whenever you're doing something stupid too.
The changes in coaches are due to Coach Sinclair leaving the team last season. This left room for Coach Brown to take over as head coach this year and lead the team in a new direction.
Coach Brown is a really cool guy. He's really smart, and he sees everything through a really cool lens.
He is phenomenal. His attention to detail, his love for the players is nothing like I've seen before.
And he's very understanding. Like if we make a mistake, he'll understand where we're coming from with that mistake and make sure we like keep our heads up.
I think they're an interesting collection of folks as far as how they deal with what last year was, what this year is, and what they want their legacy to be when they leave Rampart. And I think there's some players on the team that have bought in as far as, I want to make sure that I leave this place better than what I found it. And if that can be infectious, then we're going to have a good end to the rest of our season.
While the team finds their stride with their new coaches and grows together, what does it mean for the rest of the season?
Hopes for the season is growth and how they deal with adversity.
I think last year was a lot more competitive, not in a good way. I feel like a lot of kids just ended up fighting with each other and took things outside of basketball, but this year everyone's kind of friends. We're trying to like build ourselves as a community.
We're just trying to develop, the last couple of years have been pretty rough. So we're trying to, not only build habits, but build chemistry.
As Coach Brown takes over as head coach and Coach Tubbs becomes the new varsity assistant, the team undergoes change and growth for the future. Good luck and let's go Rams. This has been Caitlin O'Keefe reporting for Kram.
Good luck with your season, boys.
Remember to support the team by going to their games. The next home game is January 31st at 7 p.m. in the gym.
This week, we have a story about the Educating Children of Color Conference that took place Saturday the 14th.
This event highlights ways students can get a head start on college and careers, as well as providing thousands in scholarships for every student of every background.
The Educating Children of Color event is an annual conference each year here in Colorado Springs at the Colorado College campus. It's an event where students as well as adults can come from across the community and attend different sessions about career exploration. They can hear from national speakers that come to discuss different topics related to character, perseverance, and job opportunities.
The ECOC event is a chance for African American students or any students of color to learn how to really lead and impact lives in a different way that we've learned at school. It's more hands-on, and you get to learn from a lot of cool people. I found out through Miss Lucero. She kind of brought me down. It's just I think it'd be a good candidate for this.
I recommended it for students because it's a great opportunity for students to be a part of, to learn and to grow and to meet different people, but it also provides massive amounts of scholarship opportunities. Students can get thousands of dollars worth of scholarship for attending. They can also be eligible for free tech.
We spoke to Jaman Ali, a performer at the ECOC event, and his manager to see why they came to the conference.
They requested me to perform. Anytime I get to be a part of anything, regarding the community is just great. The fact that they're shedding a light on teaching the youth, especially youth of color, is just amazing.
I am managing my son, Jaman Ali, and I wanted him to perform in front of this particular crowd because I knew that those kids would get all riled up and get excited and pay attention to what's being taught. So we had to break the ice, if you will, and get it started the right way.
Unfortunately, the conference has already passed this year. Keep an eye and ear out for the ECOC conference next year. This is Matthew Anderson signing off for Kram.
I encourage every student to attend next year. There's a group of students here at Rampart that love makeup.
In our continuing student profile series, we take a look today at some of these makeup artists and why they are so passionate about it.
Here at Rampart, there's an unrecognized art form, makeup. Many students wear makeup on different levels. Like every style, everyone's makeup is different and unique.
It helps me express, the more colorful side of myself, or maybe if I'm feeling a little more moody, I could do darker makeup to reflect that.
My favorite thing would probably be eyeliner on my waterline, because I feel like it makes my eyes pop a lot more.
I rarely do makeup because I tend to go between masculine and feminine. But when I do makeup, what I like to do is put a little concealer under my eye for like a primer, and then something really colorful because I feel like the boldness of it is the art of it.
Makeup has impacted my self-expression just because I really like fun or bright colors, and I think it's a fun way to like portray my personality.
Just the smallest things help give you so many options, so many opportunities to take things wherever you want. It's really fun to do as well. So,
makeup can boost confidence, build self-esteem, and provide a sense of accomplishment for some. It can be part of self-expression and its own art form.
Yes, I definitely think it is. Not so much for me, just because I don't do a lot of crazy stuff, but I've seen a lot of people can get really talented and do a lot of crazy artwork.
Absolutely. You know, it takes a lot of work to be good at makeup, and you have to know like what colors go well together. You have to be able to be good at blending and other things. It's just so impressive.
Yes, I think makeup is definitely an art form, especially for people who want to, just come out of their shell a little more, and I really hope to inspire people to do that. Like that it's okay for people to express themselves through their makeup especially.
You don't have to be good at first, just do it because it's fun.
Watch a lot of YouTube. Get tips from somebody else because it is not something you just want to do by yourself with no experience, but definitely try it.
Obviously, like, if you don't want to wear makeup, like, don't force yourself, don't let other people tell you that, like, you need to wear makeup or blah, 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 all that stupid stuff. Like, just if you think it's fun and if you want to try it, then go for it. Everyone starts somewhere. Just make sure to find something that works for you and something that makes you happy, and that's all that matters.
Consider trying makeup. You'll never know what magic it can bring to your life if you never try. This has been Kyra Bass, reporting for Kram.
What a fun way to express yourself. Rampart's athletics is supported by the top-level weights programming we have here at Rampart.
Kram went to talk to teachers and students that are making this program strong.
Rampart is a very welcoming environment for all types of fitness and health activities. Our school provides a weights room to athletes and weights classes, as it is important to find a fitness activity that you enjoy. Kram took a look at what makes weight training important.
So our kids who aren't involved in our winter sports, such as basketball and wrestling and swimming and hockey and all those other ones, gives them a chance to train for their spring sports or for their fall sports. And it's also an opportunity for those kids to kind of come together and start to form a bond as a team.
The main goals is to get stronger and to commit to yourself.
Probably get bigger for sports and stuff.
Weight training has its ups and downs. We asked a few people what they are.
Kind of surpass those limits they put on themselves.
Definitely staying with it. Like some days you'll definitely want to just stop and not want to do it that day, or that day it feels like you don't want to do it. But then once I go in and I actually do the workout, it actually feels a lot better for me, and then I don't regret not going.
Favorite workout is probably barbell curls, just because I just love working out arms more than anything else, honestly.
Favorite workout, any kind of bench, like rogue bench or regular bench. I like more arm stuff and upper body stuff. Nor I don't like squats or something like that. Yeah.
Overall, people seem to recommend weights. Here's why.
I do. Our weight training classes, whether that's weights 1, weights 2, sports training, or our after-school weights program, it's geared for anybody. A lot of the times our after-school program has a lot of football kids, but we see kids who are in other sports, we see kids who aren't in sports. We've had girls join. I mean, it's awesome.
It's a great experience. It's a lot of fun, and it gets you bigger. It gets you more committed.
I definitely would if you're an athlete, even if you're not an athlete. I mean, it's good, it's healthy for you. And not just for football players, we've had soccer players come in and work out with us. I know a couple years back we had one of the girls basketball players come in. So after school weights, I mean, if you come in, you do what we're doing, it's really open to anybody that's trying to improve, especially athletes.
Rampart has very unique opportunities for kids to get involved in fitness, weights being one of those. Think about checking out the weights room located in the athletic hallway. This has been Adiana Somers reporting for Kram.
What a unique opportunity, Rams. Best of luck on gaining strength.
That's all we have for this week, Rams. This has been Kyra Bass.
And Michaela Bennett. See you next week, Rams. It's a lot of giggling still.
Efficiency before my anxiety peaks.
And you really want to show it. If you're happy, clap your hands. It's all about. I'll do the renegade. Woo.
What, my politics what? Which is why you need to let me be your representative. Let me be your voice.